Hello everyone, Merry Christmas, and in this video I am going to tell you the second part of the story, The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle. In the previous video I have already told you the first part, and uh, those who haven't seen the first part now also, for them the link of the first part is given in the description. The link of that video, you can check there. First you need to see that video. After that, you have to see this video. Okay, means you have to listen the part 2. First you need to listen the part 1. Okay, so I am started. "Excuse me," said Holmes, "but I heard you talking to the goose salesman, and I think I can help you." "You? Who are you? How could you know anything about the matter?" "My name is Sherlock Holmes. It is my business to know what other people don't know." "But do you know anything about this?" Excuse me, I know everything about this. You are trying to find some geese which were sold by Mrs. Oxford of Brixton Road to a salesman called Breckinridge, who then sold them to Mr. Windigate of the Alpha Inn, who then gave one of them to a member of his goose club called Mr. Henry Baker. "You are the man I wanted to meet," said the little man, whose name, as we then discovered, was James Ryder, the same man who had called the police to report the stolen blue carbuncle. We then returned to Holmes' house. "Here we are," said Holmes happily. As we entered his room, "Now, do you want to know what happened to those geese?" "Yes, sir." "Where did it go?" asked Ryder. "It came here." "Here?" "Yes, and it was an incredible bird. I am not surprised that you want to find that goose. It laid an egg after it died, the brightest little blue egg that you have ever seen. I have it here in my museum." Our visitor was shocked. Holmes took out the blue carbuncle and Ryder stared at it. He didn't know if he should say it was his or not. "The game is up, Ryder. I know almost exactly what happened because you worked at the Hotel Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan. You knew that the Countess of Morcar had the blue carbuncle in her room. It was the Countess' maid, Catherine Cusack, who told me about it." "I see," continued Holmes. "So you and Catherine Cusack broke the grate and Countess' room in the Countess' room so that the Horner had to come and repair it. You knew that the Horner had a part in a robbery before, so that he would be blamed for this one. Then, when Horner had finished repairing the grate, you called the police, and the unfortunate man was arrested. You then." Ryder threw himself onto the rug and held onto Holmes' knees, asking for forgiveness. "Get back into your chair," said Holmes sternly. "It is easy to say that now, but you did not think of this poor Horner before. I will go away, Mr. Holmes, and without my testimony, Horner will be free. Hum, we will talk about that." said Holmes. "And now tell us how the blue carbuncle came into the goose and how the goose came into the open market." The rider moved his tongue uh, over his dry lips and began his story. "I will tell you exactly what happened. After I had the blue carbuncle, I was terrified and didn't know where to go. Finally, I decided to go to my sister, who married a man called Oxford and lives on Brixton Road, where she fattens geese for the market. I had an old friend, Maudsley, who had been in prison, who knew where to sell the stolen property. I decided to meet him, but I didn't know how to reach him with the carbuncle in my pocket. I feared that at any moment I might be seized and searched by the police. Suddenly, an idea came into my head. My sister once told me that I could have one of the geese for Christmas. So I caught one of the geese, a big white one with a barred tail, and forced open its beak and pushed the stone in with my finger. The goose then swallowed the stone. Then I told my sister that I wanted my Christmas goose. Unfortunately, while I was talking to my sister, the goose escaped and went in the middle of the flock with the other geese. I caught it again, killed it, and took it to my friend Maudsley. I told him the story. We then cut open the goose, but we couldn't find the stone. I ran back to my sister and asked her if there were any other white geese with barred tails. She said that there were two other ones, but she had sold them to the dealer called Breckinridge of the Covent Garden. I went to him and he told me that he had sold them all. Now I will be considered a thief, and I haven't even touched the blue carbuncle. God help me. There was a moment of silence, and then Holmes got up and opened the door and asked Ryder to get out. Ryder ran out of the room and out of the house. "After all, Watson," said Holmes, reaching for his pipe, "if the police can't catch their own criminals, I don't have to do it for them. Also, this Ryder will never commit another crime again. He is too frightened. Besides, this is the season of forgiveness. Chance has given us an incredibly interesting little problem, and its solution should satisfy us. And now, Doctor, we shall begin our Christmas dinner." So, this is the end of the story, and I hope you all have understood the story. Okay, so let's see you all again in the next video. Bye.